your seat, please.
Thank you, sir.
How are you?
I'm doing good, sir.
My last interview also tells me that you are already qualified. So why are you giving the second interview?
So I wanted an in-person interaction, sir, with you, because last time when I gave the interview, it was an online mode, and I was not able to get a judgment of my body language and my confidence in a face-to-face interaction. That's why I wanted to give it in an offline mode.
So let me start with India's heritage in mathematics. Tell us about India's heritage in mathematics.
Yes, sir. So, Indian mathematics was very well known. Like the Europeans called it as the Midwestern mathematics, but it was actually the Midwesterners. They in fact called the numbers as Hindasa, or meaning Indian. So the notation of numbers was discovered in India. The decimal point was discovered in India. Zero was discovered in India, and then there were various various books like Brahmagupta Siddhantika, Siddhantika Shiromani, and Aryabhatta's Aryabhatika. So all these were written in India.
Is there mathematics in Vedas?
There won't be scientific mathematical formulas in Vedas, but Vedas do involve mathematics in the form that there are the mantras have to be repeated certain number of times. So that involves counting, and India's initial education system also focused a lot on Vedas, Vedic education, as well as counting. So that was something which was mentioned in Vedas.
Have you heard of Shulba Sutra?
Yes, sir.
Is that mathematics?
Sulva Sutra is mostly use of geometry. So yes, sir, it is also mathematics. It is used in construction related purposes in the initial period.
What is Srinivas Ramanujan's contribution to maths?
Yes, sir. So Srinivas Ramanujan, sir, he was unprofessionally educated, and he went to Cambridge, and there he worked immensely on the infinite series.
He used to say that Kali Mata, the goddess, tells him about mathematics.
Yes, sir.
What do you make of this statement?
So, from my point of view, it usually happens that when one person is too much involved into something, they usually tend to get some sort of hallucinations about some greater being putting that knowledge into their head. So I feel that Ramanujan was so much involved in this thing that, and since in India we are very closely connected to religion, so he considered that giving of knowledge from his goddess Kali.
Where did cooperative movement originate?
So it originated in Ahmednagar. So the first sugar factory was established in Ahmednagar by Vittal Rao Vikhe.
What year?
So that was around 19. I'm not aware, sir. I'm sorry.
Under whose guidance?
Vittal Rao Vikhe, sir.
No, he did the job, but he had guidance from an eminent economist.
I'm sorry, sir. I'm not.
What is the current position of cooperative movement in Maharashtra?
Yes, sir. So currently, sir, the cooperative movement is basically there are considering India, there are around 8.5 lakh cooperatives, out of which around 1.5 to 2 lakh cooperatives exist in the state of Maharashtra. So cooperatives can be seen in the fields of sugar industry, in the field of cooperative banking sector, as well as in dairy industry. And these three cooperatives are providing immense potential, especially to the farmers, in doubling their incomes.
Recently, Government of India created cooperative ministry newly.
Yes, sir.
Is that a right step?
Yes, sir. From my point of view, it is a step in the right direction, because there are also a lot of times we see multi-state cooperatives which need to have some sort of holistic planning in that sense. And recently we have seen that even the RBI, it has dwelled into the urban cooperatives and providing some sort of supervision to their professional management. So I feel that anything that comes from the center to ensure policy and to reduce politicization in that sense is a step in the right direction.
There is a constitutional amendment pertaining to cooperatives.
Yes, sir.
What is that amendment?
So, sir, the 97th constitutional amendment added part 9b to the constitution, wherein cooperatives were turned into democratic institutions to ensure that regular elections are held, to also ensure that the regular audits are held. It also added.
Now, what is the date of your interview?
16th September, sir.
Right. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, please.
Why India has not been able to do more innovations like it happens in the United States? Now that you spent some time in the US.
Yes, sir.
Why, what is the reason for this that you feel?
So one of the most important reasons is lack of funding. India spends only 0.7% of its GDP on research and development, whereas the US spends 2% of its GDP. Secondly, sir, a lot of time what happens in India is we do silo-based research, as opposed to US, wherein there are institutions which are working interdisciplinary. For example, sir, if we see that there is a touch of humanities in engineering in MIT, the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. So such sort of interdisciplinary research needs to be promoted. And thirdly, sir, in India we have hierarchical institutions rather than horizontally developed institutions. So I feel that if we are able to reduce the hierarchy and the stringent operating procedures, we'll be able to do much better.
So just explain me this difference between hierarchical institute and horizontal institutes. What do you mean by that?
Yes, sir. So for example, sir, when I was working in the US, I was interacting with the Ministry of Power. So even for small permissions, small changes, the permissions had to be taken from senior members. Whereas even I, as a 5-month-old employee, had certain sort of discretionary powers which were available with me, and hence I feel that for me it was much easier to access my managers rather than for someone, my counterpart in India. So I feel that the hierarchy should be reduced.
Okay. While US has done so much good in the field of innovation, why the Americans have been so much against, rather after the lives of black people, why this killing of black people still hasn't stopped?
So I would say that there is certain sort of intolerance which exists in the society. And secondly, sir, the Second Amendment of the US Constitution, it allowed possession of guns as a fundamental right. So I feel that that is having its negative effects on the current population, wherein killings of the black people are done on a large scale.
So would you consider the caste system in India as equivalent and the US class system almost similar? No difference between the two. So there is a caste system. You call it class system in US.
Yes,
in India,
sir.
we call it caste system.
Yes,
so is
sir.
there a total similarity between the both?
So from my point of view, the caste system definitely shows some sort of intolerance in India, but in India it is not a norm, it is a mere exception, whereas in US you will see that more often than not. But I feel that since the caste system is part of our religion, it is welded with us, but the urbanization and industrialization, it has led to basically anonymity in terms of the caste system.
Yeah, but so in the US, this class system is not as bad as the caste system in India.
I feel, sir, that the class system in the US is worse than the caste system, because here we are much more tolerant as opposed to the Americans.
Okay. So what measures can you take as an administrator, let's say in the field of education in India, when you join the IAS, to improve the reading habits of students, young people?
To improve the reading habits?
Reading habits.
Okay, sir. So firstly, we need to equip our libraries not only with material associated with that university, but we need to diversify the books which are available in the library. So we need to provide historical books, books related to economy, etc. in engineering colleges, for example. Secondly, sir, the government has started numerous initiatives like Padhega India, Tabhi Badhega India. So we need to promote them on a school level. We need to ensure that the schools, they do have their own libraries. And thirdly, sir, since we are moving to a digital age, we need to ensure that there is digitalization of the books and they are available to everyone on an equal scale.
So what you are telling me is relating to availability of books, and whether in traditional form or digital form. But how will you make people read it is what I am asking you.
So there can be some sort of we can say electives which can be provided to students, as well as there can be competitions, especially in schools. There can be debate competitions, and these debates, they can build over the knowledge which is developed from the books. So I feel that such initiatives on the grassroots level, they can help improving the reading capacity of Indians.
What is the difference between exit poll and opinion poll?
So the exit polls are usually conducted after the elections. The election commission does not allow to conduct the polls immediately, but after a cool off period, they are allowed, the media organizations, they are allowed to take the polls of the people who have actually voted. And opinion polls is just a random survey which can be dependent on the charismatic personality of the individual, as well as the work which the current government is doing.
So which one would you trust more, the exit poll or the opinion poll, and why?
Yes, sir. So, depending on the procedure which is followed in the poll. For example, sir, in Bihar we saw that there was a silent voter which was in the form of women, which was ignored. So, as long as the sample of a poll is diverse and it is much more comprehensive, I would prefer the poll depending on the sample.
Sample size. Okay,
Yes.
right. If you were to recommend certain places in India for your friends in the United States to visit, which all tourist spots would you recommend to be visited in India?
Yes.
Name any 5 of them, and why have you chosen them?
Okay, sir. Can I take a moment?
Yeah, please.
The first would be Taj Mahal, since it's one of the 7 wonders of the world. Second would be, sir, in Hampi, since it is also a World Heritage Site and it shows the construction activities by our predecessors. Thirdly, sir, I would ask them to visit the Elephanta Caves, because them being in the sea level, inside the sea, it is kind of a good showman of the craftsmanship which our constructors had. Then, sir, I would tell them to visit the Ajanta and Ellora, because it is again it is constructed, especially the Ellora, which is constructed from a single rock. If they are into wildlife tourism, I can ask them to visit Madhya Pradesh, especially the Kanha Tiger Reserve. I have been there, and actually I enjoyed a lot there. So that is something that can be recommended.
Why haven't you recommended the Lonar Lake to be visited?
So I haven't visited it, so I won't be in a right position to.
Okay, right. There's another policy which the government, some state governments have brought in. This is the 80% reservation to the locals in the private sector.
Yes, sir.
So what are your views on that?
So residential reservation, like based on reservation based on domicile, it is a prerogative of the parliament. So I don't feel that states have any right to introduce that reservation. It has been introduced by Andhra Pradesh and Himachal Pradesh, but I feel that it won't stand in the courts. And secondly, sir, from my personal opinion, we shouldn't be doing this because it is especially a private sector, so it should have its own independence. Rather than focusing on that, we should focus on improving the employability of our population, of the locals, rather than providing reservations. Because, sir, even the economic survey has said that policy uncertainty dampens investment. So I feel that such measures should not be taken.
You seem to have left a good job in the United States, which was in a research position. So do you feel that you are sort of not able to research freely, and that's why you come back to India to look for a job in the government sector?
No, sir. So I got this initiative. Like I took this initiative of joining the civil services when I was doing my job, because when I was working on a project in India, I saw the position of civil servants, which was kind of a linchpin between the researchers and the politicians. Whatever research is done by researchers, it has to be implemented ultimately on the ground level. So I feel that civil servants, they have a much greater role in that sense, and I feel they'll be able to explain that sort of a research to the politicians to get that into the policy making. So I feel that my role as a civil servant will be much larger than what it will be as a researcher.
Okay, sir.
Hello, sir. I'm doing good, sir.
What is the controversy about Twitter?
Yes, sir. So, sir, recently the government has provided for the IT rules, and according to it, like all the big tech giants, the significant social intermediaries, they have to have 3 officers resident in India, and along with they have to provide for a compliance report. But Twitter has basically tried to avoid these compliance rules, and they are challenging it on the aspect of freedom of speech. And this is the controversy which has emerged. And since Twitter is a social intermediary, it should not be involved in it. It says that it is just a platform, but it is getting involved in masking of certain tweets and blocking of certain accounts. So this is the major cause of controversy with respect to Twitter.
So they do that in US also?
Yes, sir, they have done that. Like recently, ex-president Donald Trump, he was blocked out of Twitter. So they have done that in various sovereign countries.
So it borders on the freedom of speech and all that?
Sorry, sir?
Borders on the freedom of speech?
Yes, sir.
So what are your views? You think we should continue with these kind of restrictions?
Sir, I feel that India being a sovereign country, any entity working in India, it should work on the basis of sovereign laws. So I feel that the ID rules are in the step in the right direction, and Twitter should abide by those rules. And if it is seeking immunity from the IT Act, I guess it is the section 69, then it has to basically tell that it is only a platform and it should not be an editor of that platform.
What is the alternate Indian platform?
Sir, it is Koo.
Tell me about your expertise in renewable. Which is the best renewable out of all that we hear of?
Yes, sir. So from my point of view, it is solar. Solar, we have seen the prices fall from 13 rupees per kilowatt to 2 rupees per kilowatt. And the installation, especially in India, has also went from 4 gigawatts in 2014 to 38 gigawatts in 2020. So solar is an most incredible source. Wind is also a good second on the second line.
I'm told there is a big challenge coming up about the solar panels.
Yes, sir.
A lot of it is being manufactured only in China, and the material required is not easily available.
Yes, sir.
So how do we expand that?
Sir, we have seen in the pandemic that our solar installations, we saw them decelerate because we were not able to get panels from China. And so, sir, we need to develop our manufacturing capacities, and like China did, we can also invest in other countries which have good solar manufacturing capacities. Apart from, we have already provided for 100% FDI in India. And sir, not only that problem, we also need to be a little bit futuristic, and we need to look at the recycling of solar panels, because in 15 years down the line, I feel that recycling of solar panels is going to be a bigger problem rather than manufacturing.
In US, are the blacks allowed to own agricultural land?
I'm not aware, sir, but I feel that they have a fundamental right of equality, so they should be allowed to own agricultural.
One of the major grouse, they're not allowed to own. Of course, it's a federal system, but many states where there is agricultural produce, that we find all farmers are white farmers.
Okay, sir.
Okay, what do you think? Chinese will overtake US in technology?
Yes, sir. China is on the track to overtake US with respect to technology. Recently, China has announced a manned mission to Mars. It is well before US and NASA to announce such sort of a mission. And we also saw that China was able to land on the other side of the moon using its Chang'e 4 mission. And even in other aspects also, I feel that every sort of technology has its spillover effects, and China will be able to overcome US.
So how do we want to come to sort of grips with the Indo-China relationship? Will we go back to our friendship days, or now it will be parting company?
Sir, recently our foreign minister, honorable foreign minister, he has said that there can be no bilateral ties except unless we are able to sort the situation at the border. So we need to ensure a holistic relationship. We cannot do what China is saying, that leave the border issues aside and then go ahead with the economic aspect. It has to be a holistic relationship, sir.
Thank you.
So you mentioned about innovation in US and India.
Yes, sir.
Are you aware about a new act which was passed by USA regarding innovation?
I'm not aware, sir. I will look into it.
The US Innovation and Competition Act was passed recently
Okay.
to provide $250 billion of funding
Okay.
to various research institutes in science, etc.
Okay.
You mentioned about something about, sir also talked about library, you talked about education sector and increasing access to reading.
Yes, sir.
Is reading the problem, or what is the enrollment ratio is good? India's enrollment ratio is
Yes, sir.
good. But reading is generally a problem, as sir pointed out.
Yes, sir.
So what can be done to increase the reading? Because I think in a rural area you can see a fourth grader also cannot read properly
Yes, sir.
paragraph.
Yes, sir.
So what strategies can we use to counter that?
Sir, firstly, we need to improve our teaching abilities associated with the teachers. So, even though there is general enrollment, we see that like our GER is around 95%. But we see that the teacher-student ratio is also in line. But the issue is with respect to the teacher training. So if we are able to improve that, if we are able to make reading and other activities more interesting rather than just focusing on rote learning, I think we will be able to develop interest and basically improve our learning outcomes.
Okay. What is the problem regarding cryptocurrency in India?
Yes, sir. So, sir, initially RBI had laid a complete ban on cryptocurrency, but later the Supreme Court intervened and it provided that anything that uses blockchain as well as cryptocurrency, that can be allowed in India. So the most important issue with cryptocurrency is that it does not have a sovereign backing, and secondly, it is very volatile. So in such cases, people can lose their entire savings. And finally, sir, since cryptocurrency, it can be used for Hawala transactions or any sort of funding related to terrorism. So I feel that
Can it be used, because it can be tracked, as I can see?
So-
Because it is a blockchain technology, so the user or the person using it can be tracked easily.
yes, sir. But if the transaction is taking place in a third country, if you convert cryptocurrency in the form of cash, in the form of let's say US dollars, then such funding can be provided to promote terrorist activities. So that was the initial concern that RBI had, and it was one of the reasons why it banned cryptocurrency in India.
What are your views regarding lowering of corporate tax rates?
Sir, lowering of corporate tax rate is a good thing, but eventually, with respect to the cesses and other things, it goes up to 21%. So even if we have around 15% of corporate tax with respect to cess and other
In the current pandemic, already the revenue of the government is stressed.
yes, sir.
So will such lowering of corporate taxes help, and it will put a pressure on the individual taxpayers then?
Sir, what will happen is with lowering of tax rates, will increase the tax pool. There will be more investments in India. There will be more industries, and as a result, the overall revenues will increase. So I feel that it is in the right direction. We will be at par with respect to the Southeast Asian countries and the other neighbors.
Okay. Okay. What is your views regarding India's renewable energy policy, especially comparing that with China? Because China is a huge, like for geothermal energy, or sorry, hydro energy, it is going very.
So, sir, do you want it with respect to only hydro or with respect to the entire?
Mainly hydro,
Okay.
basically, because they have built huge hydropower
Yes, sir.
plants.
Yes, sir.
And they have in line also some big hydropower plants being built by China.
Yes, sir. So, the largest hydropower plant, in fact, is in China. It is called the Three Gorges Dam. With respect to India,
One more is coming up recently.
yes, sir. It is. I don't remember the name, but it is going to be the second largest hydropower plant. So, with respect to India, we have one of the largest untapped reserves of hydro. For example, India's potential is with around 150 gigawatts, but we have around only 45 gigawatts. We are taking a step in the right direction with respect to recently. We have included hydro as a part of renewables, and that will provide them more funding. But we need to ensure that the environmental impact assessments as well as the social impact assessments, they are conducted thoroughly, because our major potential for hydro, it lies in the northeast where it is untapped, And Northeast being a biodiversity rich region as well as earthquake prone region, we need to ensure that these impact assessments are much more comprehensive than ever.
You have mentioned watching English TV series as your hobby.
Yes, sir.
Which TV series do you like the most?
Sir, I like Friends the most.
Okay. Any other?
Sir, I have also watched Breaking Bad, which was also a very good series. And recently, sir, I have watched Albert Einstein. So that was a documentary about Einstein's life.
Which OTT platforms?
Sir, Albert Einstein was on National Geographic, and Friends is on HBO.
Okay. Any other mentions?
Sir, I have also watched Prison Break. Apart from that, I have watched How I Met Your Mother, and recently I have also watched Unbelievable series.
Okay. And what about the Hindi versions?
Sir, I have watched Hindi TV. Watching Hindi TV series, I have taken up recently with the rise of OTT platforms, because initially it used to be a long series of about 1.5 years, and it was difficult to follow. With respect to Hindi, I have recently watched Panchayat and The Family Man.
Okay. Tell us something about this hackathon, MIT Energy Hackathon that you participated.
Yes, sir. So this was a 2-day event which was organized by the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. It was a Pan-America event, and there were 8 sponsors for this. These were actually 8 industries, industrial players, and they had come up with a problem statement which they were facing in their actual professional lives. So it was up to the students to solve those to solve those problems, and they were providing basically offers for job opportunities. So in this particular thing, we won in a problem statement wherein we had to take advantage of the arbitrage of day of time prices and design renewable systems which included solar and a battery system, and to ensure that the owner, it has the maximum profits.
Have you gone through today's newspaper?
Yes, sir. The Express, Indian Express.
Which new IPO has come today?
So it was yesterday. Zomato had launched.
Today?
No, sir, I'm not aware.
Tattva-Chintan?
I haven't read it, sir. Thank you, sir.
So, Vinayak,
Yes, ma'am.
you were working in the US in 2019.
Yes, ma'am.
So, when is it you started your preparation? Because you already had appeared for
Yes, ma'am.
the exam, right?
Yes, ma'am. So when I was 6 months into my job, I had decided that I would like to pursue civil services, and I started my preparation in the US itself, especially with the GS related subjects. I came back in April 2019, and I gave the attempt in June 2019.
Okay, so this is your second attempt.
Yes, ma'am.
right?
Yes.
Okay. If I ask you that, why did you give up such a lucrative job and come here for the civil services? I mean, every youth, tries to look forward to a life in the US, earning as much as you did,
Yes, ma'am.
and you leaving a job and coming here, pursuing civil services.
So, ma'am, at first I was working as an intern at the same firm, and this was in Washington DC office, and I was working closely with the Department of Energy of the US government, and I saw that the civil servants were the most important aspects with respect to implementation of this research, and that is when I decided that I wanted to work closely in the administration.
That was in the American context.
Yes.
Do you think it is the way, that's exactly the way how it would be in India also?
Yes, ma'am, it is still the same thing, because when I was working as a full-time this time, and at that time I was working on a project in India called Greening the Grid, and at that time I had to interact with a few officers, IS officers in the Ministry of Power, and the career trajectory of civil services, wherein it is first policy implementation, stakeholder management, and eventually into policy making. So I feel that this experience which I have and the social impact which a civil servant can make, it is much higher than what I would like. The job satisfaction is much higher in that
Between a
case.
civil servant and a researcher, you choose a civil servant.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. If I ask you to describe yourself in 3 words,
Ma'am, I would say I'm dedicated, I'm curious, and I would say I like taking responsibilities. So I'm a responsible person.
and considering that last 5 years you've been in India, then US,
Yes,
studying,
ma'am.
working,
Yes.
where do you see yourself 5 years from now?
Ma'am, if everything works out according to the plan, I see myself working as an IS officer, and I see that I'll be able to basically take whatever experiences which I have had in the past 10 years. I see them taking them on the ground level and connecting more with the people and trying to make a social impact. And eventually, ma'am, I see myself also going with respect to a master's in policy administration, so that I'll be able to absorb the best practices which are followed in other countries and try to implement them in India. Thank you, ma'am.
How did 9/11 affect USA?
Yes, sir. Sir, 9/11 was a major event, and in that sense, the US has gone global with respect to its role in Afghanistan. It has also improved its security parameters, especially with respect to the security of the country. And I feel that
Did it make USA more paranoid?
yes, sir. So that was my next point. I feel that it has led USA to interfere into affairs of different sovereign nations, and I feel that that is one of the backlashes of the 9/11.
What was that Patriot Act?
So Patriot Act, I am not aware, sir. I'll look
What
into
are the Homeland Security provisions?
I'm not aware, sir. Look at
Otherwise, I would say, are they not draconian? In US context, are they not draconian?
Sir, if I had the idea about those provisions, I'll be better able to comment.
There is a recent discussion of Arctic Silk Route.
Yes, sir.
What do you understand by that?
So, sir, the Arctic, the snow has been melting in the Arctic, and the new routes are being opened there. And I feel that since it is if I have to take a guess in this case, since it is a Silk Route, it is proposed by China, and it is trying to get China into the Arctic Circle related politics and
In one of the previous questions, you made a statement that caste is an integral part of our religion.
Yes, sir.
So I'm asking you, is it?
Yes, sir. If we see that even after constitution, even after the establishment of constitution, we provided for right to equality, but caste system still exists in India in some form or the other. For
We are
example,
not discussing whether it exists or not.
yes.
We are just discussing your statement that it is an integral part of our religion. Is it an integral part of our religion?
So the caste system as proposed by the religion was the Chaturvarnashram, but the caste system is a negative outburst of this Chaturvarnashram system, and it was not provided for by the religion, but it has developed as a custom over time.
Even Varna system, is it a part of our religion?
So I feel that it is a part of our religion.
What is the root of all the thinking on dharma in India?
Root of sir, this is mostly from the Vedas.
So is there Varna system in Vedas?
But sir, when we talk about the Varna system, we say that these Varnas are different parts of Lord Brahma. So that is how it has got entangled
Is
with
it a
religion.
part of Vedas?
No, sir, it is not.
Tell us about the work of Maharshi Karve.
Sir, Dhondo Keshav Karve, he was a Bharat Ratna, and he was mostly involved in with respect to widows, rehabilitation of the widows as well as for women education. So he also.
What is the Uyghur problem in China?
Yes, sir. So the Uyghur are Muslim minorities in China, and China being a paranoid, it has basically established some isolation zones where it is sort of training them into come into the mainline society. So that is the problem, human rights problem, especially with respect.
Which is your most favorite character from Friends?
So it is Phoebe. So Phoebe is basically this weird character who likes to do what she does, and she's pretty open about it. But at the same time, she wants to maintain the group. She is very much caring about her friends.
Good. Thank you.
Thank
All
you,
the
sir.
best.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Take your seat.
Thank you, sir.
An excellent interview,
you,
according
sir.
to all of us.
Thank you, sir.
We have thoroughly enjoyed even conducting the interview.
Thank you, sir.
And you be like this, and we are sure you are succeeding.
Thank you, sir.
You should be among the toppers.
Thanks a lot, sir.
Now, with all this, there will be some minor fine-tuning kind of. There is no major inadequacy or something.
Okay, sir.
You have a sound knowledge base. and it is coming out also very properly in a very fluent, normally fluent way. Some minor suggestions here and
Okay,
there.
sir.
I would start with the dress. Do you intend to wear?
No, sir. Actually, I just came from Ahmednagar.
Yeah.
So I'm planning to wear a suit.
Proper suit.
Yes, sir.
Fine. Then do expect a discussion on maths since it is your optional subject.
Yes, sir.
And one line indeed would be India's heritage in maths.
Yes, sir.
So take your time to study that. You have ample time on hand.
Yes, sir.
India's heritage, India's contribution to maths and all. Then from interview technique point of view, there are two or three points. One is, you are all the time talking only to the panel member who has asked you the question.
Yes, sir.
You should be involving the whole panel
Yes, sir.
by maintaining eye contact with all of them. Not just talk to the only member who is asking the question. Look at all the panel so they will feel involved.
Yes, sir.
That is one part. Secondly, you were sitting all the time with your hands tied on your knees. Are you sure you want to have that body language and sit like? Is that natural for you?
Sir, actually, someone had told me to sit this way rather than to sit with the hands on the arms of the chair. So I'm not sure, sir. You
Yeah.
please.
No, I beg
advise
to
me on-
differ. My suggestion would be just be natural.
Okay, sir.
You should be sitting properly. That is all fine,
Okay.
but not something that gives an impression of being very stiff.
Okay. Okay.
Just be natural.
Okay,
Be
sir.
spontaneous.
Can
be-
I fold my hands and sit like
if
this?
that is how you naturally sit.
Okay, sir. Yes, sir. Okay,
Right?
sir. Yes.
But I thought we normally gesticulate. Even there I saw that you're sitting like this.
Yes, sir.
Okay?
And
But
I-
sometimes the hand was.
Yes, sir.
So if you're natural, let there be natural gesticulating.
Okay, sir.
Don't sit in a rigid way there.
Okay, sir.
Then even in the previous interview I had said while your answers are bang on target, try and still be brief,
Okay, sir.
sharper.
Okay, sir.
Content wise everything, your examples are fine, but some of the answers are slightly getting delayed.
Okay, sir.
So one solution I suggest is what I call as first sentence rule.
Okay.
That is on the question being asked. The very first sentence you speak should be the direct answer to the question.
Okay, sir.
And then explanations etc. may follow. But some, otherwise again, even while answers are not brief, they are very precise. That is a plus point, continue with that.
Okay, sir.
Then a couple of times, just a couple of, not many times, but you repeated the words from the question.
Okay.
What will you do to improve reading habits of the people? Sir was asking, and he said to improve reading habits, and then you
Okay.
gave that. So try and avoid that. Then for the middle part of the interview, suddenly it affected your fluency, and you were saying too many times. Only for the middle part of the interview. When you watch the video, watch it carefully. Not initially, and also not later on.
Okay, sir.
But only in the middle part. I don't know where the question's uncomfortable or your usual fluency and command over English, which is there. But suddenly that start, and then it tapered off.
Okay, sir.
Then you were again very natural. Then when the panel member is asking you the question, what is your opinion on a given thing? You were starting by saying from my point of view. You need not say that.
Okay, sir.
That's what is being asked. What
Yes,
is
sir.
your view? So you just express the view.
Okay, sir.
But you need not keep saying from my point of view. That response on solar power and that it is recycling and within next week was a very good point. I mean, it's among the excellent interview. This was also a very good point I thought I should share with you.
Okay, sir.
Then last time I had told you that you are being grim.
Yes, sir.
Not today.
Yes.
Today you are not grim, which means you have worked on it, and in the actual interview you are up to the mark. So it's a plus point.
Yes.
Again, continue with that.
Thank you, sir.
And last point from my side would be, it was only 1 or 2 times that you asked a counter question to the panel.
Okay.
I noted one. Do you want it with respect to so and so? But the suggestion is never pose it as a counter question.
Okay, sir.
Best you can do is to turn it into a statement.
Okay, sir.
And instead of saying, do you want it with respect to so and so, you say Sir, I suppose or I presume you are saying it with respect to, so, and go on with the answer.
Okay, sir.
But this is excellent. Overall, the interview is excellent. Keep yourself absolutely updated as of 16th of September.
Yes, sir.
Many things are going to happen in the intervening time, but stay abreast of all current issues and events and all. It's excellent. Even today's performance will take you beyond 185. This is excellent score.
Okay, sir.
But aim at 200 plus.
Yes, sir.
On 16th of September, aim at 200 plus.
Yes,
Right?
Sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes. So I just had one question. For Maharashtra related current affairs,
Yeah.
what should be the reading point? Because I'm mostly reading the Indian Express, which does not have a lot of current
Yeah,
affairs related to Maharashtra.
yeah.
So
You need to keep track of Marathi newspapers, especially Sakal, Lok Satta,
okay.
Maharashtra Times.
Okay.
And
Editorials are good.
huh,
Editorials
and
are
okay.
yeah,
good.
Okay.
yeah. And recently, I conducted a special Zoom session for candidates from Maharashtra as to what are possible areas of question on Maharashtra.
Yes, sir.
You can ask Harish, and he will provide you with the link of that session.
Yes, sir.
That may help you.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Since last time we had dealt with issues of Maharashtra, today
Yes,
I
sir.
made it a point not
Yes,
to
sir.
raise questions about
Yes, sir.
Maharashtra. But
Yes.
yeah,
Okay, sir.
great.
Just relax yourself. You don't,
Yes, ma'am.
don't look very stiff and
Yes.
Little mechanical.
Yeah.
Try
Okay.
to blink also.
Okay, sir.
You look a little bit robotic, like Arnold Schwarzenegger sitting in that chair and answering. So
Okay,
try
sir.
to look a bit.
Yes, sir.
Just natural.
Answers are good, no problem.
Okay, sir.
Try to innovation and all. Even in fact, India is also coming up with incubator systems.
Yes,
A
sir.
lot of IITs and IIMs have this incubation systems. So you can startups, especially
Yes, sir.
now the valuations of our startups is also rising. Unicorns are coming up in India. So you may, from that perspective, you may look into it.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir. Yes, sir.
Excellent, Vinayak. We look
Yes, sir.
upon you as topper among the toppers.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, with
Okay.
all our best wishes
Yes, sir.
and blessings also.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you,
All the
sir.
best.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.